and then go into your Unreal project. And now in my content folder, I'm going to make a new folder. Don't do this, that is called tutorial. Treat this folder as if it's your content folder. So you just do it in the content, you go into the content and you right click and start making folders. I'm going to start a folder called geometry. In my geometry folder, I will say import to, and then I'll navigate to my just created 2 pieces and I'll say open. And here it's asking me what type of import settings I want for these FBXs, both of them. And I just say use sources name, yeah, sure. These, I don't really care about it, static, no, doesn't matter. You want to scroll down and there is one that says import materials, there it is. It will probably be on for you. Disable it, because we don't want these materials, and then just press import. It does a thing for a few moments, and cool, that's those imported save all, just so we don't lose them. And let's go to the site in this scene and observe. So it looks cool, I actually love it. See the x-axis plus is forward, perfect, and then we move this, and here we drag that over there. That plane is good as well. Perfect, I love it. So these are our geometry pieces done. Next, we go back to your content folder and we right click and we say materials. We're making a materials folder. We go in, we make a new folder and we call it parents, or I like saying parent mats. We go in here and we create a new material and we say mat for material, then underscore parent, because it's important to specify, and then we say blockout. I am going to create this material that is just these blockout colors with roughness controllers and whatnot, so you have what I have essentially. We open this new material parent that I created. Here I'm holding down 4 on the keyboard and I press once and it gives me vector 4, which essentially is a color. I right click and convert it to parameter and I say base color. I change the default value to like something gray and I connect that to the base color. Next I hold down 1 and I press left mouse button and that gives me a new constant that is float, so just an ordinary number with a decimal point. That's what a float is. An int would be just a whole number. I convert it to parameter and I call it metallic, and the default value of 0 I like, so I leave it to that. Next I press 1 again for another float. I convert to parameter and I say roughness, and I'm going to go with a default value of 0.5 and I connect it there. Next I will not use this here, but it might be useful to you, so why not make it. I like in my work sometimes doing another color, convert to parameter and called it emission color, then one float which is emission power. We then hold down M and left click and we go BNA like this. So we're essentially having an emissive color and we're multiplying it by an amount, and we go and put that in emissive color. So at some point, if you want to use a blockout material that for some reason doesn't just use the base color but like goes shiny, all you have to do is increase these 2 values. I'll show you in a minute. So this is our parent done. So I'm going to close the parent now and I will right click and create material instance from it. And now I'm going to rename it because this is not a parent anymore, it's a child, but I'm not going to specify that it's a child. I'll just say blockout because it's derived from the material parent that's called blockout, and then I'll say gray, okay? And this is an instance, a child, so I don't want it to be sitting in the parent's material folder because that folder structure wouldn't make sense. So I move it back, move here into the materials folder. Cool. And now here there's our first blockout material. I click twice on it to open it, and that essentially will be my base gray that I will apply to this. So easiest way to do it, I select it and I click this, and then I click on the mesh, it opens it up for me. I go back to the material, I click on the folder, so it highlights it. I click back on this and I press this to use the material, and it's the wrong one. But I don't mind, I click on the next one, and then on the top part I reset it back to what it was, just for the time being. I go back to the material instance that I just created, and here I'm going to tick on the roughness metallic, the base color. And the base color I'm going to lower down to some value that makes a bit more sense. And my roughness, I probably kind of like it as it was, but maybe I'll put it to 0.4. So this is for my base one. Here, by the way, is where like the emission power comes in. If I change the color to say red, and then I put it up higher, see how it starts to shine? There you go. So now that material that we just created is very versatile, because you could use it like that as well. I'm not going to use it like that now, because I don't need it, but just so you have it. Cool, and click here to refresh. Now I'm going to duplicate my instance. I'm not going to create a material instance of the instance, no need. Instead I right click and I duplicate, and I call it from gray, I change its name to gold. And it's not going to be a perfect PBR value of gold, by the way. Here we are just sketching. So instead I'll just change it to something of my liking, something like this, base color. And then I'll find it, I'll place it on the material ID 1. Cool. And I will make it less powerful, because that looks ridiculous. And then I will change the metallic to 0.5, which will make it darker. There you go. And now I can actually put up this value. And the roughness I can leave to something lower, so it gets that like lumen, global illumination shine type of a thingy. I could, so you have the same stuff as I do here, just look up this really quickly for you and give you exactly these numbers. So let's find it. You don't have this piece obviously, but bear with me for a second. Cool. So for color, we will use this, I'll copy it and then paste it here and then show it to you. So like you can copy the hex off of the screen if you would like. And then what else do we have? We have a metallic 1. So metallic 1 and roughness 0.72. 0.72. Cool. And that literally immediately made it look identical to the other one, which is, I'm sure, something you would have wanted. And yeah, with that, we have the structure of these pieces created. Let's compare, by the way. We're pretty much finished now, and we'll take the next steps tutorial, but let's compare how we did. So place it around there. Yeah, look at that. It's very cool. If I say so, this plane I'm going to push in there and leave it there, and in the next tutorial of the series, the next video, I will actually put these together into a blueprint, so you won't need to move them around independently in the world. But yeah, with that, I think we did pretty well. I hope you're happy with the pieces that you created. Oh, by the way, like maybe we should, sorry, because I said I'll give you, bear with me for a second. I said I'll give you everything to be the same. So let's change, go back to your gray box material that we just made, and I'll give you the color of that. Copy, paste. The color is this hex. You can copy it off the screen or I'll put it somewhere. The roughness and everything else is the same. Yes, perfect. Close that up, save all. And yeah, nice one. I hope you enjoyed watching this. See ya in the next one. Yeah, or I like saying parent mats. We go in here and we create a new material, and